I'm in my screened-in porch that is finally screened in. Jack would chase the squirrels, and they would be on the screen, and then he would poke through it, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Then when they were painting our house, I asked the guys if they could put some new screen on, you know, for extra cash, and they said, sure, no problem. And then about 2 weeks later, I come in here, and the screens are all pushed through. I was really mad about that. And I had heard Jack outside barking at something earlier in the day, and I think he had sort of trapped a squirrel over here and consequently pushed in all the screens again. So today, I took all the wood frame down and re-stapled everything, but when I was taking them down and getting ready to re-staple them, I noticed that the guys that had stapled it essentially put like 4 staples in. So, really, a group of well-organized flies could have pushed through the screen without much effort. Seriously, it was like one of those seriously moments. You're gonna put like 4 staples in, and I'm gonna do I'm embarrassed to admit, and feel free to make a video response or below your embarrassed to admit moments, because I think they would be fun. Maybe. I have a few. I guess the thing that kind of started the whole thing was I was looking at something today and I saw something Pink Floyd. And I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that I don't like Pink Floyd. Because, you know, back in the day, it was, you know, Pink Floyd's The Wall was all that, and The Dark Side of the Moon, and, you know, it was just, blah. Kind of hate him, in fact. In the genre of music, we'll just kind of go from there. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that, Stevie Wonder's voice makes me want to stab people. Repeatedly. I like his music, as long as he's not singing. If it's just, you know, the instrumental part of it, I'm all about that. But as soon as he starts singing, there's something about his voice that just really just makes me, God. Speaking of singers that make me want to stab people, Willie Nelson's voice. Yeah. I like him personally. I've heard him on interviews, and he's, you know, a nice guy. He seems entertaining to listen to talk. But as soon as he starts singing, I just want to run for the knives and stab people. It's really a strong feeling of, I don't know what it is about their voices that just kind of bring this psychotic rage really dangerously close to the surface. So, Gloria Estefan, I know Scott Faithful loves her, and yeah, she not stab so much, but I just really have a hard time listening to. It's just something about her voice that just that, and also Carly Simon. I know she's an icon. Some of her songs are okay, but yeah, it's not good. And I am also embarrassed to admit that I don't care for Shakespeare. I really don't. I, you know, read all the stuff in school, and yeah, I find it to be tedious and overrated. And I think it's just somewhere along the line someone said, you know, Shakespeare's the end-all be-all, and then I think everybody just sort of fell in line, and they don't argue with it. I don't know why, because really, I find them very, very tedious, and yeah. I mean, I'm not even going to get started, because I only have so much time, but seriously, like, I write it ready. Maybe I'm not embarrassed to admit this, but maybe a little. I do get a lot of, this is wrong, I know this is a character flaw. I do get a lot of pleasure out of annoying really rich people and inconveniencing them because they're rich. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? It's so, yeah, it's not a good quality, but sometimes if I cut somebody off and it's like in a Bentley, because we've got some of those Dallas people here, they're very entitled, and that's part of what irritates me about them. And if I can irritate them, then there's just something about that just makes me feel a little better. I don't know. And not all of them are bad. Some of them are nice, but a lot of them are pompous assholes because they're rich and they have money and they think that they can do whatever they want. And I don't know. I take issue with that. And the last thing that I'm interested in is I like the smell of Windex. I know. There you go. Some things. You may agree with me, you may not.